Canada just made a move that changes everything in the trade war with Trump, and it's not what anyone expected. Prime Minister Mark Carney announced Friday that Canada is dropping many of its retaliatory tariffs on American goods. But before you call this surrender, you need to understand what just happened behind the scenes. This story starts with a phone call. After weeks of silence between the two leaders, Carney spoke with Trump Thursday in what the Canadian PM's office described as a productive and wide-ranging conversation. Moments ago, we got word that Prime Minister Mark Carney spoke with U.S. President Donald Trump today. The CBC's Rafi Buchanan is following the developments for us from Ottawa and joins us now. Welcome back to Canadian Note. So, Rafi, we read out that statement just a short time ago, but I'm hoping you can remind us of what it says and the broader context here. Sure, Hillary. Of course, this is all happening as Canada continues to be in this trade war with the US, going on for months now, since Donald Trump essentially took office. I'll read out the statement to you. I don't think we have it for your screens yet, but here, let me just read it to you from my notes. It says, "Today, the Prime Minister, Mark Carney, had a productive and wide-ranging conversation with the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. The leaders discussed current trade challenges, opportunities, and shared priorities in a new economic and security relationship between Canada and the U.S. The discussion covered current trade challenges, opportunities, and shared priorities in a new economic and security relationship between Canada and the U.S. What came out of that call would reshape the entire trade relationship between these two nations." Carney's announcement came with a hockey metaphor that perfectly captures Canada's strategic shift. They just made that official 2 weeks ago with the executive order. So, responding to that is obviously, in our judgment, the right thing to do so we can focus on those strategic sectors exclusively and also be consistent with key USI. In a very different trade environment, CUSA is going to look different, and what we need to do is make sure we are focusing in areas where the mutual benefits are very clear. In other words, the arrangements in strategic sectors are mutually reinforcing. They bring mutual benefits. The agreement supports it, but the economics drive it. And that is the way we move forward. Thank you. We have time for 2 more questions. One will be in English, one in French. We'll start with Olivia Stefanovich from CBC. Do you have any assurances from the Americans that this will kickstart negotiations? Did President Trump specifically say that in his conversation with you? Yes. And what do you say to premiers who have called for stronger retaliatory measures against the US? Look, let me say something general, and then I'll be more specific. I want to salute the premiers, particularly those from provinces affected more than others because of the sectoral nature of these tariffs. I want to salute those premiers for the collaborative way we've been able to work together, focusing on the workers and the businesses themselves. There's a combination of support for the workers and businesses, such as we provided in the steel sector, liquidity and capital by Canada at the federal level, at the provincial level, across the board, and working in collaboration, for example, in steel with the province of Ontario. In the end, what we all want is to make sure that those strategic sectors get fair access to the US market. What we're doing, again, is matching what the US is doing. That's fair. It's fair to match what they've done, and it puts us in a better position to focus on exactly those sectors and work for it. Sometimes, to go back to the metaphor, there is a time in a game when you go hard in the corners with elbows up, but there's also a time in the game where you want the puck, you want to stick handle, you want to pass, you want to put the puck in the net. Business over the years, over 25, 30 years, especially during the Biden years, took a lot of our business, and it's basically all coming back into the United States now. We're hot as a pistol, and it's coming back in because of tariffs and the incentives we give. It's coming back, and I think it's impossible for another country to stop it. We are working on something. We want to be very good to Canada. I like Carney a lot. I think he's good. Canada is dropping many of its retaliatory tariffs to match U.S. tariff exemptions for goods covered under the United States-Mexico-Canada Trade Pact. This was today's important update. We want to make it clear that our videos never include any misinformation. Our only goal is to deliver accurate, verified, and timely news updates from Canada. If you found this video useful, please like, share your feedback in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the Canadian Note channel for more updates. Thank you for staying informed with us.